So, welcome back. I want to talk today about dealing with uncertain times. So, there's lots of different things happening out there. We have the stock market crashing. We have crypto doing all kinds of crazy things. We have interest rates climbing. We have high inflation where everything around us is costing more, taking longer. We have just so many uncertain times. We have potential lockdowns happening again overseas. We have war. All of these pieces of the puzzle can affect our psyche. So, how can we look at things with a rational mind? And the cleanest answer is just take a deep breath. Rushing into a rash decision puts you at the least appropriate mindset and frame of mind to be able to go and make a clear solution for yourself and your investors. The biggest thing you can do is look at all sides of the puzzle. Is that what is your goal here? You're in this for the long run. You're in this for the future. You're in this to create legacy, create longevity, to create cash flow. There is going to be ups and downs in the market. There is going to be ups and downs in life. But if you have a clear head, a great path forward, you ultimately have all the steps in front of you that will lead you to success. Multifamily does well on the long-term horizon because ultimately you have so many different factors that can help you succeed. You have appreciation, whether it's built-in inherent market appreciation that happens over time, or it's forced appreciation from you improving the property and creating more value. You have depreciation, you have tax advantages, you have the ability to have cash flow, you have your debt being paid down by your tenants. Where the volatility comes in is that when you make a decision based on fear or based on greed, it puts you in a mindset where you're running away from the task at hand and you're not giving yourself a clear, objective thought tract of what are the opportunities in front of me. I'll give you an example. Is yesterday in the market, we saw everything crashing, right? But today, now it's recovering, right? And then we had the Fed give us good news and we saw the market jump up. And then ultimately it crashed down just a day later. So when you look at things and you think about what's happening out there, well, if you make your decision based on fear or based on worry or concern, have you given yourself the opportunity to think through all sides of the potential great things that could be available to you? Many people actually make their fortunes in markets like this, because there's the opportunity to hedge your risk, to look at where you can create value. Yesterday, if anybody tracks the crypto market, UST, it's something that's created through the Terra network. It actually depegged because it pegs to the US dollar, and it depegged and dropped considerably. And there was a lot of fear and risk where a lot of people jumped out and sold their UST basically at a discount, where instead of being dollar to dollar at one point yesterday, it was down to almost about 69 cents on the dollar. Today, looking at this earlier today, it's about 92 cents on the dollar. But if you sold right there at that 69-cent mark, you honestly took a massive loss. Now, is it still a very risk-on investment? Yes, absolutely. Right, just because it's pegged to the US dollar, there's a lot of triggers that happen back and forth that could keep it from actually getting back to a one-for-one. But here is where the opportunity lies. For those investors who were open to that high risk investment, they could have brought in at that 69-cent mark yesterday, and now they've almost potentially made about 50% of their money in the overnight process of about 12 hours. So again, am I saying jump out and take that risk? No, I'm not. I'm just saying that there's opportunity in every market. When you look at the overall course of fixed rate versus floating rate loans, the long-term solution over a 5 or 10-year horizon is actually floating rates do better than fixed rate. Why? Because when you're buying the fixed rate, you're taking on the fixed rate loan, that risk is already built into that interest rate. So you're paying ahead of time for that risk, but it gives you that comfort to sleep at night. For those who take on that risk, well, we've seen that risk hasn't come to the full front on the majority of investments over a 5 or 10-year horizon. So those investors have saved on that potential interest being paid. So when you look at your investment philosophy, think about it in the long-term horizon. If you can have long-term debt, if you can have reserves, and you can have cash flow, it's going to put you in the best position to win in each and every market. So look at yourself today and say, am I making clear decisions or am I making decisions on fear? Sometimes it takes turning off the alerts on your phone, turning off all the noise, not looking at point and point everything that's happening on a minute-to-minute basis. Make clear, conscious decisions for you, yourself, and your investors, and you will have a constant, solid path forward. All right, so go down there, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, come here, reach out, tell us more. We'd love to hear your comments. Tell us who you are, where you're investing. Give us a comment back there. We love your feedback. Thank you so much, and we look forward to talking to you shortly.